I don't want to give false hope, you guys, patriots, but this is big. Jeffrey Epstein, the multimillionaire, I would say billionaire, has been arrested for sex trafficking of young minors. Now, it's bad enough that he is a sex trafficker, which means he's a real Mac Daddy, but to do underage people, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing. Now, he got off one time. I think he might get off again because the people who are involved with this guy are so huge and who play such a pivotal role in the New World Order that I don't think any judge in the world would be crazy enough or brave enough to lock this guy up. He got off once. I think he'll get off again. But let me explain to you why I believe if Jeffrey Epstein is arrested and convicted and sentenced to life or whatever, this could mean the complete end of the New World Order. And again, I don't want to give false hope, but this is just my reasoning. First, let me tell you what he's been arrested for officially. This is from BBC. And this is coming out of BBC 4 hours ago. Wealthy U.S. financier and registered sex offender Jeffrey Epstein has been arrested on new sex trafficking charges connected to allegations from the early 2000s, reports say. Epstein was arrested in New York and will appear in court today, law enforcement officials told U.S. media. It comes amid renewed controversy over a plea deal he once reached to end a federal investigation against him. His lawyer told Reuters news agency he would plead not guilty to any charges. Law enforcement officers have not been authorized to discuss the case, but several have spoken to U.S. media outlets. One told the AP the latest charges stem from allegations that Epstein paid underage girls for massages and molested them at his New York and Florida homes. The same claims were made by sources quoted in other outlets. Epstein, who is 66, was previously accused of sexually abusing dozens of teenage girls. The wealthy financier, who was once friendly with Prince Andrew, who has his own problems with teenage women who have accused him of things. We're going to get into that. Former U.S. President Bill Clinton, who also has problems with women, and President Donald Trump, who also has problems with women, reached a plea deal to avoid federal sex trafficking charges in this case. Instead, he pleaded guilty in 2008 to lesser charges of soliciting and procuring a person under age 18 for prostitution. This averted a possible life sentence and instead saw him spend 13 months in jail and register as a sex offender. Following the ruling, the White House said it was also looking into Labor Secretary Alexander Acosta's role in the plea deal, which he approved in his previous role as U.S. Attorney. Epstein in December deprived his alleged victims of the chance to testify against him for the first time by reaching a last-minute agreement to settle a civil lawsuit. So that's basically what the case is all about. And who is Jeffrey Epstein? He's New York born, best known as a wealthy financier with connections to the business and political elite and royalty. I mean, he knows Bill Clinton, Trump, he knows Prince Andrew, and he probably knows other people. And I think, a lot of these big politicians, and I'm not casting well, you know what? Let's just talk straight. A lot of these politicians are goofs. A lot of them are goofs. And I think that's a lot of the thing that the New World Order is about, getting what you want. If it feels good, do it. A lot of them are goofs. They touch kids. They do all sorts of stuff. Same thing happens here in my country, Canada. Look at all the missing Aboriginal children and women. I mean, many of them have been connected to royalty and all these sort of things. Once upon a time, we were all called conspiracy theorists. Now the people are beginning to wake up. These people are goofs. They'll lock people up, some garbage man or something who does something with kids. And I say rightly so. People who touch kids are goofs who should be castrated and chemically castrated and lynched at that. But then they don't arrest themselves. And I think Epstein was the Mac Daddy for all these people. Anybody who wanted to have some time with a kid, you go to Epstein, Lolita Express, to his private island. That's where you get all the kids. He moved into finance in 1976, working as an options trader for investment banking company Bear Stearns. Within 4 years, he was made a limited partner. He then went on to found his own financial management firm, J. Epstein and Company, reportedly managing the assets of clients with more than $1 billion in net worth. That's where he knows all these people. He manages their money as well. He manages their money. And this is why his takedown could really bring down a lot of other people because, it's almost like when these big investigations don't just stop at one person. Other people get dragged in. Women will come out. They'll say this person did this person did that. We're going to talk about Prince Andrew in a second. But let's go on. He was also known for his friendship with high-profile people, including Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy, unquote, Mr. Trump said in the New York Magazine profile. Quote, he's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side, unquote. Now, I don't know if Trump is meaning young as in young but legal, because, Trump does like younger women. I like younger women. He's married to Melania, who is... when Melania was born, Donald Trump was probably in almost going to college. But she's legal. When he married her, she was legal. But is he talking about that type of young, or is he talking about teenager? This is not a left or right issue. I'm an independent. So you Trump people out there, I did vote for Trump and everything, but if Trump gets dragged into this, you can kiss my support goodbye. I can tell you that right now. Nobody messes with kids. Nobody messes with kids and get away with it. Nobody! I don't care who you are! Nobody messes with kids! I hate people who mess with kids. I can tell you that right now. Don't make me go off. If somebody comes out there and says, don't attack Trump, or if he gets brought into this, you better pray I don't find you and choke you by the neck. Because when it comes to kids, don't play with me. Goofs. Bill Clinton is another one. Bill Clinton accused of rape and accused of sexual harassment. He's been Monica Lewinsky, all this sort of stuff. Let's talk about Prince Andrew because he's very close with Epstein as well. And this is a royal family thing. Now, 2 years ago, Prince Andrew was accused. Let's see how much time we have here. 8 minutes. Okay. Prince Andrew was accused of being with a minor by the name of Virginia Roberts. For those of you who don't know about that or don't remember, let me talk to you. But let's go back in time to the 2nd of December 2018, the Sun magazine. Prince Andrew dragged back into Jeffrey Epstein pedo scandal as pic of him with underage prostitute, quote unquote, is listed as exhibit at new court case. On Tuesday, a Florida courtroom will hear Epstein's victims recall their accounts of being sexually abused. And this is why I say that if Epstein goes down, he's going to bring all of his people with him. He's that kind of person. He's already trying to bring Prince Andrew down. All these people are going to be revealed and exposed in a minute. This could be the greatest thing that could ever happen. But again, let's not get our hopes up because Epstein could end up being released. Prince Andrew, On Tuesday, a Florida court will hear the tragic stories of sexual abuse that U.S. financier Epstein subjected his victims to. And there's a picture of Prince Andrew posing with Virginia Roberts on March 13th, 2001 at Ghislaine Maxwell's townhouse in London. The Duke of York is photographed with his arm around Virginia Roberts' waist at a London townhouse in 2001. Roberts, who may be called as a witness, at Palm Beach County Court this week has claimed she was forced to have sex with Epstein and he loaned her out to perform sex acts with wealthy pals. The civil trial comes just days after local reports revealed Epstein's powerful lawyers struck a deal which stopped him from facing serious time in jail. Epstein was jailed for 13 months in 2008 for soliciting girls for underage prostitution. Prince Andrew was photographed with Epstein in 2011 after his release, and a Buckingham Palace spokesman said it is emphatically denied that the Duke of York had any form of sexual contact or relationship with Virginia Roberts. Andrew was photographed with Epstein in 2011 after his release, and is now ensuing the ensuing row over the prince lost his role as trade envoy for Britain. In her new interview, Ms. Roberts claimed she was 16 when she met Epstein, who was introduced to by British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell, the daughter of Robert Maxwell. Ms. Roberts said she was sent to Epstein's private Caribbean island and groomed as a sex slave. This whole thing is pissing me off. Teen who had sex with Prince Andrew was snared by perv Jeffrey Epstein at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort where she worked. This is 29th of November 2018 from The Sun. A teen who claims she had sex with Prince Andrew was recruited to a sex ring while working at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. Virginia Roberts, now 35, said she was at the private club when targeted by Epstein, a billionaire pal of the royal who has always strongly denied having sex with her. The Miami Herald reports she was recruited into Epstein's purported sex ring at the sprawling retreat Trump has owned since '85. She was working as a 16-year-old locker room attendant when an associate of Epstein approached her in 1999. The American claims she slept with the prince as a teen and has warned him he could still face prosecution, despite his strong denials. Ms. Roberts said he will get it in the end, quote, because women like her were speaking up. The prince has always denied any involvement with her. She renewed her claims from 2015 in an interview with the Miami Herald as part of its probe into Epstein, the prince's pedophile former friend. The expose claimed financier Epstein, 65, allegedly abused up to 80 women, including Hollywood actresses. He was jailed for 13 months in '08 for soliciting girls for underage prostitution. Prince Andrew was photographed with Epstein in 2011 after his release, and in the ensuing row, the prince lost his role as trade envoy for Britain. And Buckingham Palace denies it. Guys, this thing is pissing me off right here. This thing is pissing me off. I've always said this. You hurt children, that's similar to... In fact, I'll say it this way. Why is it that people who are convicted of murder get life in prison, but people who are convicted of sex abuse and child abuse are not? I think pedophilia is worse than murder. I mean, someone could piss me off and genuinely be asking for me to kill them. Like, seriously. I mean, you know how many people I've gotten so angry with I just wish I could kill? And I understand that feeling. Some people need killing. But no child deserves to be hurt by an adult. And I don't care who you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal, whoever you are. If you hurt a child, you need to spend the rest of your life in prison. You need to be chemically castrated, and you need to be lynched every single day. You need to be lynched, whooped, tied up and beaten. I don't think you should be killed. You should wish you were dead. That's what all these people should deserve. And if Epstein goes down, I guarantee you, he's going to bring all these people with him. And that's why I say that this could mean the end of the New World Order, because all these New World Order players, who are most likely all pedophiles, closely related to Epstein, at least in America, will be brought down, and this world can finally have some peace. No more stupid wars that will destabilize the Middle East, bring in more refugees, and grow the Greater Israel Project. No more being enslaved by government debt. No more one world government. No more any of that. It'll be done, hopefully. But I don't want to give any false hope because he got off once, he could get off again. Because many of those judges could also be associated with him. Let's just pray that all these goofs get taken down. This is the Arana Nation.